We are going to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square. The first thing we need to do is get our a equal to 1. By dividing by 3, we now have x squared plus 10x minus 4 equals 0. Next, we want to throw the constant to the other side. So, by switching sides, switching signs, our negative 4 becomes a positive 4 on the other side of the equal sign. The reason we wanted to do this is because we have to start with our x squared and our x term to see what the perfect square trinomials that we're going to create. X squared plus 10x is not a perfect square trinomial, but if I added the right number, it could become 1. The middle number is doubled and the missing number is squared. So half of this is 5, because double 5 is 10, and 5 squared is 25. So I'm going to add 25 to both sides. Now I can collapse x squared plus 10x plus 25 because it is a perfect square. Just to highlight the relationship one more time, 10 is 5 doubled and 25 is 5 squared. So from here I knew half of this number would give me this number, and I knew I had to square this number to get this number. Okay, so I made this plus 25 on purpose so it would collapse into that. Now that I have a binomial squared, I can square root it, and we have to take both the positive and negative square root. And now we're almost done. X is almost alone. We just need to switch sides, switch signs. And x is equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 29, which is the exact answer. However, a lot of times they want a decimal approximation. One of the answers was 10.3852. Actually, I forgot to put the negative, so it was 0.3852 as one of my answers, and about negative 10.3852. This is the exact answer, and these are the approximate answers, and you need to see which one they ask for. First step, we divide by a, so x squared has a coefficient of 1. Next, we throw c over the wall so that we can have our x squared and x terms alone so we can complete the square. Next, you figure out what number you're going to need to add to both sides to make it a perfect square trinomial. Next, factor your perfect square trinomial into the square of a binomial. Then square root both sides, but make sure you take both the positive and negative square roots. Then just switch sides, switch signs to get x alone. And remember, it's always nicer to put your number in front rather than behind, just because we like our whole numbers before our square roots, and we like it up there before the plus or minus, because it makes more sense. Plus, it's just the way it's done, so do it. Plus, if you do it the other way, I guess that's just fine. Either way, get x alone, and last, if they ask for it, calculate the actual square root and add or subtract it, and then round off your answer to give them an approximation. And that is how you complete the square or solve quadratic equations by completing the square.